Here we go, we are back. If this is the first time watching this video or watching this series of videos, my name's Alex. I'm a creative agency owner. I own a company called Render Studio. We do 3D renders for property developers, firstly in New Zealand for Kiwi developers when we launched, but as of the last 6 weeks, we have launched into Melbourne, Australia. And so if you want more information on that, go watch my previous videos, previous updates that you can find where you're watching this, and you might get up to speed on who I am and what we've been up to. These videos are me documenting the journey, somewhat selfishly for myself, to track the progress in myself as a leader, as a creative, as a business owner, as a, entrepreneur, or someone with just ideas. I feel like the best way to describe me is a daydreamer that's taking action. I love to theorize around solutions to big problems. I love to come up with creative offers to present to a market. And currently the avenue for that is Render Studio, my creative agency business, and Townhouses NZ, which is our property marketplace startup. And so in these videos, I'm aiming to just share more about my story, the week to weeks. And so let's get into it. I don't really know where to start because so much happens in a week. One of the biggest observations or learnings I've found from documenting these videos for you and for myself is that so much happens to the point where I was talking to a friend last week. I reckon I could film one of these every single day. Not going to commit to that right now, but so much happens in the life of a business owner, even in like quote unquote boring or mundane days. So much happens from, checking emails, checking in with team, looking over to-do lists, looking over projects for the week, communication with clients, creating content, networking, problem solving, accounts, finances, trying to crack the numbers and data on your business to make sure that you are projecting your cash flow, checking in on quality control. There is an endless list of things that business owners have to achieve week to week. Now, the coolest learning that I'm finding this year, that I was already aware of, but I'm probably my largest learning as a business owner this year has been in the realm of leadership and in hiring. We have made 2 significant moves this year for Render Studio, specifically hiring my wife Hannah. Well, not really hiring, she's a director. It's already her business, but putting her in the role of project manager, connecting with clients, connecting with our team, project managing from plans being received, agreement being sent, right through to delivering drafts, revisions, finals, and then get a testimonial. At the end, she's managing that whole process. I'm still involved as it's transitionary, and we're a team. The second role that's been in the last 6 weeks is we've hired Luke. And now, if you haven't watched these videos before, you won't know, but we launched into Melbourne 6 weeks ago. We've primarily been working with Kiwi property developers. We're now in Melbourne, Australia. There's a whole story about that in previous videos. That essentially it was time to grow. Melbourne was the place to go to first, and we hired Luke to do sales in Melbourne. What ended up happening is I wanted him to get more momentum, more exposure to our customers, more exposure and practice to pitching, to selling, and so I thought, hey, let's just give him our New Zealand pipeline. We now have 250 Kiwi property developers in there, or 250 Aussie ones, and so being able to put him in front of more customers was a way for me to accelerate his learning, his onboarding, his exposure to not just the market, but also our product, our offer, our system, and the way to sell that. What ended up happening unintentionally, which has been the best thing that's happened, is that we've now, I keep saying upgraded, promoted him essentially to head of sales across the company. This has done 2 major things. One, it's a bigger opportunity for him, bigger opportunity for ownership, bigger monetary opportunity for him for revenue, but also for myself, it's a massive opportunity to have another pillar in the business. Hannah's over project management, which is like onboarding and delivery and retention. And now Luke is over sales. That frees me up to focus purely on marketing and recruiting. And so the 2 big questions I'm asking myself now, especially as in the last week, Luke's been a bit sick to be honest, but he is picking up speed. And I know that without a doubt in the next 30, 60 days, dude is going to be running and carrying like an absolute weapon. This is going to free me up, and this is kind of one of the observations I wanted to share in this video, is that I will be asking myself 2 questions myself 2 questions every day. How are we getting more leads, and how are we getting more artists? As we grow, we need more leads in the door to fill that pipeline, especially for Luke as a full-time salesperson. That's all he's focusing on, to have a healthy pipeline to sell. And then also to have, as we grow, as we double the business over the next year and even more, we're going to need more talent, more artists coming in so that we can deliver high quality renders and making it easy for our clients. And so the biggest observation that I've shared a little bit in a previous video is that this idea of control. And actually, we all want to hold on to control. We all want to have control. We all want to be in control of our company, of our lives, and sometimes over people. And sometimes that can lead to weird things. For me, I'm realizing that the more I hand over control to my team, Hannah in project management and delivery, onboarding, retention, Luke now in sales, the more I hand over control, actually the more control I receive in return over the business. And so as I give out responsibility, it's like I get security over the business and its future, because we're shifting from Alex doing 4 roles to now Alex doing essentially 1 role, the role of marketing and recruiting. So this means that I have more focus in those areas. It also means that the other 4 key areas of a business are now held by someone else who's given it their full attention. And so that's been a really cool observation. So if you're like me, you're aspiring to really grow something meaningful, you're going to need systems and you're going to need team. And you need both. You can't have team without systems. You can't have systems without team to run the systems, and systems to support the team. So working on those things has been a massive focus for us. And as I look to the future, just to wrap this video up, the observation I've found is that the more I can lead, the more I can raise up, the more I can delegate and release people, the more I can focus on what I'm good at. And I am good at marketing. I'm not the best salesperson in the world. I'm too relational, too chatty. I just yarn too much. But because I work well on marketing, a lot of the people that I have sold in the past have been pre-sold before I even sell them, because our marketing's on point, our brand's on point, our offer, our proposition to the market is on point. And so now I get to sit in that seat. And so from here, the couple of focuses for the week that I'm going to be focused on is, 1, I need to redo my weekly schedule. What I'm finding is that I'm finding myself a bit pulled in multiple directions. I'm still somewhat not really training, it's more collaboration now, but with Hannah and project management, we're still working on systems to be we're always questioning, is this making it easy? Coming back to our vision and our values, is this making it easy? Is this honoring the team and our clients? And is this an excellent execution of our service in every way? And so we're still refining and building better systems there. The other thing is that I'm still heavily, I wouldn't say training, but co-laboring with Luke in the sales department, because we've never done outbound sales. So it is a new part of the business. And I'll probably share more on that in future videos. But I'm kind of pulled from multiple directions, but also my role is completely different now. I'm asking myself, like I said before, how are we getting more leads? How are we getting more artists? And so my week right now is kind of set up like a project manager. I need to find a new weekly rhythm for my week that gives space for more creativity and visionary activities. And so I'm thinking that I might have 2 days a week fully dedicated to creativity, creating content, creating ads, creating offers, creating marketing material, brand, all this kind of stuff, so that we can get more leads coming in the door. The second thing is that I need space to find more artists. Now, I found 3 new artists just in the last week, so you can imagine if I'm dedicating more time to this, we'll get more leads in the door, more artists, and our company continue to grow, which is really, really exciting. So that's probably me for this video. We're at 9 minutes. Shivers, sorry about that. That's probably our longest video so far. But documenting the journey, loving it so far. As always, if you found anything in this video that you liked, you enjoyed, you were inquisitive around, or maybe you were curious about something that I mentioned, please put a comment below, and I'll see you later in the week for the next video.